like to talk to you today about what is the best quality that you could bring to your music in a performance or a practice. Over the years, I've heard a lot of discussions and talk about what different great master musicians would recommend as the best or their approach to playing music. One of the most popular ones in modern music is Miles Davis talking about silence as the main focus, with music being coming and going in the silence. And that's a very wonderful perspective. That's kind of a step in the right direction from the normal, maybe not normal, but what a lot of people do, which is try to play everything they know and display everything you know. But I'd like to take that one more step further, and the best note that you can play, the best phrase that you can play, is actually your very own presence. So what I mean by presence is something which doesn't have anything in particular to do with what you're playing or what you're not playing. And at the same time, it's both what you're playing and it's what you're not playing. It's what you really are. It's what we all are. So it's a simple feeling of your being. And that is the most wonderful thing you can bring to any musical situation that you're in. And if you haven't looked into this so far, I recommend that you try to bring that, just your own presence, which you're already doing. It's just that we don't recognize it. So just by you being here is itself your presence and being. And when you play, just notice that what you're playing actually arises spontaneously, not of your own volition. So it takes a little bit of looking to notice that this is what's actually happening when you perform. So when you're in the so-called clutches of your mind, or the ego mind, you feel that you're actually controlling everything you're doing and choosing every phrase you're playing. And that can appear to work for quite a bit. You're able to display a lot of skill. And then you might hear about employing silence in your playing and how that makes for a much cooler sounding solo, or but what you may not recognize is, even in doing that, your mind still has you in its clutches because you're trying to keep silent. So then you're restricting your creativity. You can go in further and just rest in your own feeling of being. Aspect of you which is untouched by either refraining from playing or playing, completely spontaneous and silent by its own nature. As where all the creativity and all of the music springs from. So that's real silence, not only the physical silence. And that is also your own natural awareness, or your own feeling of being. So when you play, just stop for a moment when you're going to perform, maybe in a concert, or you're going to get into an important practice session. And just rest in the natural feeling of being before any thought of a note or any thought of a phrase arises. And just wait there and see what comes out. And what you'll find is when you're playing content or notes, and when you're resting in silence, and when there are spaces, you'll notice there's something in common with all of those. And that's your own presence. Once you recognize this current of presence, which is always available, then everything you play is very natural. It's free of fear, and you're also in harmony without trying to be, but just by your very nature with the music that's happening around you. It's not like a superhuman thing, and I don't want to give that impression. It's very natural. You can still make mistakes here and there, but the aspect of your mind trying to cling on to what you're going to play or not play will dissolve in that feeling of presence. And this gives you a great deal of peacefulness and freedom in what you're playing, and allows you to just be yourself and let the music flow. And it's a very enjoyable way to play. So hope you try this. Thank you so much for listening. I wish you a peaceful journey in your music and life.